Hey, what's up, Wellness Warrior? Today I want to delight your taste buds with a little carnivore cheesecake recipe for those of you who might be feeling slightly deprived. If you've chosen a carnivore path or animal-based eating or even keto, I want to offer you up something that you can enjoy in lieu of maybe those pies and cheesecakes and cookies that you might have enjoyed in the past, even dark chocolate. So for me, if you've paid any attention to my story or if you've seen my videos and know about my own issues with oxalates and oxalate overload through too many vegetables, seeds, cacao powder, dark chocolate, etc., when I chose to go down the carnivore animal-based path to see if I could heal my issues in my tissues, as I like to say, one of the things that I had to cut out was dark chocolate. Now, I wasn't eating a lot of ultra-processed foods or any of that anyway, and I will link my video right up here so that you can see that, what I'm talking about with oxalates. But I know a lot of people who've had carbs and sugar addictions in the past, ultra-processed foods. Sometimes we can feel extremely deprived, and I know that when you feel deprived, you're much more likely to fall off the wagon, so to speak, and cheat. So I'm going to show you my very simple cheesecake recipe that calls for 5 eggs. I like to use pasture raised. It's not required. Any eggs will do. 2 packages of cream cheese. I mix it up. Right now I'm using the Kirkland brand because it's pretty clean, honestly. It's pretty darn clean. I will post a photo here of the label so you can see what's in it. And then it simply calls for 2 tablespoons of butter. And again, I like to use the Kirkland brand, grass-fed. And there's also a Trader Joe's French cultured butter that I often use. Now, for my ketovore people or someone like me that's dealing with oxalates, here's some options that you can do. I do this regardless. I squeeze 1 lemon, the juice of 1 lemon, and add it because it makes it kind of a lemony pound cake, cheesecake kind of consistency. I also like to add in about 3/4 of a cup of blueberries. By the time this all gets sorted out as big as this is, I probably have maybe 3 blueberries per slice. So again, it's very low oxalate. I don't have a trigger issue, meaning when I eat fruit or some of those type things, it doesn't trigger me. But you have to know yourself, and if this is going to trigger you, or if you're absolutely pure carnivore or lion diet, probably none of this is going to work for you. And then occasionally I will add in about 1/8 of a cup, or mostly just drizzled across the top, of raw honey. Again, honey is on the semi-approved list for carnivore. It's certainly on the animal-based eating because it comes from bees. But again, you'll have to decide for yourself. I know a lot of people think it doesn't fit, but that's not for me to decide. That's for you. Now, I'm going to be experimenting with some other things, like maybe putting some coffee into it, some maybe cinnamon and chocolate essential oils that give it a little bit of the flavoring without the oxalates. So I'm going to have some fun with this. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Give me a like, and that way you don't miss any of the other recipes that are coming up. And while you're at it, grab my guide at lowertoxiclife.com. I'm Jackie Omer. Did I say that? Did I introduce myself? Well, now you know. All right, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and add the butter in because I don't have that. I'm going to go ahead and add the lemon juice in because I haven't done that part of it. And then we're just simply going to ninja it. Now, while it's ninja-ing, I will tell you that I used my butter stick to just butter a glass baking dish. You can use a loaf pan, you can use multiple dishes. I've done it in muffin tins. You kind of have to decide for yourself. I tend to enjoy it more when it's in a pan versus the muffins, but the muffins are great for traveling, for on the go, for quick grab and go. It's a great snack or even part of the meal to send with your kids, even if they're off to school, tuck in your briefcase, etc. All right, so let's blend. Have to squish it down a little bit so that it blends evenly. By the way, I like to have all my ingredients at room temperature. So I get it out there, I put it all in the Ninja, let it sit for a couple of hours, then it tends to do just a little bit better. Squish it down one last time before we blend it again, just to make sure everything is blended in there just like we want it. just simply pour it into our baking dish, and we're going to bake it at 375 for about 30 minutes. Now, I use an air fryer toaster oven. You'll have to decide for yourself what your best cooking range is. I know everybody's oven bakes a little differently. I tend to find that 375 gets it a little bit more like cheesecake consistency. 350 doesn't quite do the job. So now if you weren't going to add blueberries or honey, at this point you would just slide it into the oven. But I'm going to add all those in. So I'm going to just start with my drizzle of honey. Okay. Just simply drizzling it. So again, it's probably, it won't even be a teaspoon per serving by the time it's done. But I just drizzled it across the top there. And then I'm going to add in my blueberries, and we'll pop it in that 375-degree oven. So I just kind of sprinkle those in there. Hopefully you can see that. Use my spatula and just kind of mix it all up. I like to make it look pretty on the top with little swirlies. And then you'll see it when it comes out. All right, let's pop it in and come back. All right, and here is the finished product, my carnivore cheesecake. Now, again, you'll have to test on your own oven to determine what the best temperature is, how long you want to bake it for. Again, this was 375 for 30 minutes. Now, what it will do, it looks all puffy right now, but typically it falls just a little tiny bit, so it'll sink in. It doesn't always look perfect. I'm working on that, but it tastes perfect. I'm Jackie Elmer. Grab my guide at lowertoxiclife.com. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Leave me a comment and let me know what you would change if you've tried this and what you think.